It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Showtime. Can I do something here? I know. I guess you're like, man, every day, G, you doing something. All right, everybody. Hey, it's Friday. Yes, it's a Friday. We don't call it Friday. We call it Friday, like yay, it's Friday. Got that with the Y, like yay. Yay, it's Friday. And I'm here live, the Geno Jones Show. So I'm back. Yesterday was my first day back. In case you missed it, I took some time off because my oldest daughter, my firstborn, Boogie. You guys been hearing me talk about Boogie and Allie. Boogie, a.k.a. Lauren. Lauren is Boogie, and Allie is Alexandria. So I was off for that about a week and a half, and I was telling you about little Hendrix. I am Papa Bear. So I guess technically, officially, it makes me a grandfather. But I am not Grandpa, I am Papa Bear. And bam, there he is. That's little Hendrix, everybody. Yes, Hendrix Johnny Blue Vaughn. There you go. That's my man. Almost 8 pounds and 21 inches. So he is doing his thing, keeping his mommy and his daddy and his grandma up. Like every 2 hours, he's like, feeding time. Actually, that's what the doctor told him. So everybody, I am just happy to be here. I want to shout out to everybody that you all didn't forget about me. We had a great show last night. If you missed last night's episode, Brian Upson. He used to work with the Obama for America organization, doing a campaign in 2008 and 2012, and he is doing some really big things. As a matter of fact, working with Dr. Jermaine Johnson, who's running for governor, and we're definitely going to put him in the governor's mansion up there in Columbia. And there's a slate of African American candidates. I think Lieutenant General, Secretary. Well, it's a list. Go back and watch last night's show because I don't have the notes in front of me. But we had a great conversation with Brian Upson. So I got a guest coming up. He's been on the show before. Just this brother's got. I so admire this man. He has got an organization. You've heard me talk about it. It's called Positive Vibes. Ron Janae Smith. Now Ron Janae is his daughter. He'll share his origin story about his nonprofit, Positive Vibes, and he is. They've got an anniversary. For his nonprofit organization. And the bottom line is real simple. This man is out in these streets, knocking on doors and boots on the ground, saving lives, literally saving the lives of young brothers and sisters. Because unfortunately his daughter was a victim of senseless gun violence, and how he took that tragedy, that unimaginable tragedy, and turned it into triumph. So he's been on the show before for my regulars. Haven't had him on in a while, so I'm excited. You'll see him in a couple minutes. But hey, listen. So a short monologue. It's the weekend. It's the weekend before. I call it the colonizers. The White Juneteenth Day is next Saturday. Some folks call it the 4th of July. I call it White People's Juneteenth Day. So they celebrate their independence on White Juneteenth Day, and we celebrate our independence on Juneteenth Day. So, folks will have some time off, just get together with family and your cookouts, your barbecues, whatever, just have it. It's next Saturday anyway, so I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if some folks have, maybe Friday a half day. But anyway, so everybody's getting ready. Some folks are starting that holiday week. They turned a weekend into a week. Now, I didn't get a chance to talk about this yesterday because there was so much I wanted to talk about. So I have found myself, the World Cup, now America, we call it soccer. But the rest of the world, see, it's typical American. We so damn arrogant. We just, we just figure that we know more than everybody, that we better than everybody, which is bullshit. I mean, yes, we're great, but we're effed up too. Oh yeah, we fucked up. A lot of this, America is fucked up. All right? I digress. So the World Cup, the rest of the world calls it football, or soccer, for everybody that's been Americanized here in the United States and Canada. You know, y'all just, it's called, but since America, you have American football, and then you have football or soccer. So, you know, they do the World Cup every 4 years, and I'm like, really, this year, because I watched it 4 years ago, but this year I'm like really, really into it. Like I'm watching American football or like the NBA Finals. Because once again, just imagine, because you know how much hype it is around the Super Bowl. So just imagine how much hype it would be if it was every 4 years. Because people, you know, and that's kind of the knock around the world, like, oh, America's talking about, oh, it's like the biggest game in the world. It's like, if it's such a big game, why do y'all play it every year? It's like, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right, a little shade in there. If it was that important, why y'all play it every year? The World Cup is every 4 years. So I digress. So, and full confession, I'm rooting for everybody black. And it's amazing how these colonizers, these countries that invaded, colonized, which is a nice, colonized is just a really fancy way of saying that we basically, we stole your country. It's just a matter of somebody came into your house and said, oh, we colonized your house and took over. Like armed robbery. You just invaded, you came in, and you committed armed robbery of a country. You killed and raped and pillaged and kidnapped and stole the resources and, you know, changed people's language and religion. So it's so funny to see a lot of these countries like the Netherlands, you know, the Dutch who colonized South Africa and brought apartheid there. And then you've got Senegal, which was invaded and colonized by France. As a matter of fact, France and Senegal played the other day, and it was just interesting to see. It's like, oh, them brothers from Senegal is like, okay, you know, we got that juice too. But it's amazing. Belgium, I mean, Sweden, Switzerland, all these like European countries in a cold climate. You wouldn't think, you know. Even some of the ones that your boy Orange Hitler's talking about, we need more people from Norway and Sweden and Switzerland. But the funny part is, be careful what you ask for, because when you look at the soccer team from those nations, they got a lot of black. It's like, damn, y'all got black folks in Sweden, y'all got some black folks in Switzerland, y'all, the Netherlands is like, should half the team. What the hell is going? Of course, because you've got immigrants from Africa. And then you still got the colonization kind of connection. So it's interesting. France whole damn team. Everybody's black damn near but the coach. I think they probably got, maybe 2 out of 20. I think the teams have 25 players. They got about maybe 4 white dudes. The whole damn, it's like, really, y'all? The whole, now France, trust me, France is majority white. Like, probably, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I love about doing live TV. Let's just find out. For accuracy's sake, because you know that ain't no part of my personality. What is the black African percentage of the population of France? Let's see what they come up with here.
Because France doesn't collect racial data, exact figures aren't available.
Oh, okay.
However, estimates suggest that people of sub-Saharan African descent make up around 3 to 5% of the population.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Google, whatever the chick's name is, Google AI. So, max 5% of France are people from sub-Saharan. I don't know why they say sub-Saharan, because see, that's the Sahara. Egypt is Africa. Morocco is Africa, and Egypt and Morocco, they got teams. Everybody's got some melanin. a lot of them is either my complexion or darker than me. So I'm like, okay, but it's just interesting. And even shout out, from Brazil, where we know the largest number of Africans that were part of the transatlantic slave trade were taken to Brazil, like 5 million. Like people think like America got the majority of enslaved ancestors and Africans that were enslaved, not even close. Brazil, Mexico, yeah, do your research. Mexico is like second or third behind Brazil that received the largest number of Africans that were part of the transatlantic slave trade, the chattel slavery, or that transatlantic journey. Let's see, you got Brazil, but all the African nations like Cape Verde, the Congo, Ivory Coast. So it's spelled like Cote the Ivory, because that was colonized by France. Senegal was another colonized by France, and then let's see, South Africa, but it's some other stuff going on there too, and even the U.S. men's team. Like I have never seen, like before, I think it was like the goalie. It was like one brother, or maybe two that were black. Man, the U.S. men's soccer team damn near looked like an NBA team. They got more than half the team is brothers. So I'm like, all right, it took a minute. I knew it was gonna happen, but it took a minute because the U.S. men's soccer team is looking a lot like an NBA or NFL team, or a team from the southeastern, the SEC. So I digress. So I know that now. Actually, Team USA lost last night. That's a whole nother story. To who I can't even remember who they lost to. A team, Turkey, or they call it Turkey A. So, but they've moved on to the next round. So, shout out. I'm like I said, I'm rooting for everybody black. So I'm definitely rooting for all the brothers on the U.S. men's soccer team, and everybody else. Shout out to Brazil and everybody else, even France. But hopefully, so this kid Mbappe, one of the greatest players in the world, along with Lionel Messi. So hopefully Mbappe isn't like the little prick, little punk ass Wembanyama, the big Frenchman that plays in the NBA that was, playing dirty and elbowing folks and mushing people and pushing them down, and then they punked his little skinny ass. So I digress. All right, so my guest, at the beginning, if you were tuned in at the beginning of the show, you heard me introduce him. He is the CEO of Positive Vibes, Ron Smith. He is a violence interrupter. He is just a good brother, beautiful spirit, beautiful soul, and really this work of violence interrupters, which is not easy, it's not glamorous. They never get enough money to really do the job. This is not a job to get rich and famous. This is a job because you have love for your culture, in your community, you have a passion for humanity, and you want to save lives, as many as you can. So without any further delay, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, my man, Robert. We call him, we know him and love him by Stunna. Robert Stunna Smith. Hey, family.
What's up, Geno?
How you doing, man? So thank you for being patient. I had to talk about this World Cup, man.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. I'm seeing all these brothers, and the beautiful thing about, black people and those of us with African descent, we are like everywhere. It don't matter if you speak in Spanish, even like Spain got a brother on the team that's like one of the best.
Yes.
And it's funny. Well, I guess for them brothers to make them teams in them countries, the black dudes got to be good, because you can't be no scrub.
Gotta be good.
Yeah. You ain't gonna see no black scrubs on the team.
Nah, brother.
You know what time that is.
But a lot of our kids like playing soccer now, so that's why we kind of taking over.
Yeah.
Once we get that black into the sport, we come hard. It's hard to break us.
Come on, say that, Stunner. But
it's hard to break us, man.
I don't know if you saw the game last night, but so I've been watching Team USA. And the first game, I was like, Wait a minute. Well, hold on. Is this USA? Where all these brothers come from? I ain't never seen that many brothers, but they out there balling on that
Mhm.
soccer field. As a matter of fact, remember Antonio Freeman that used to play in the NFL for Green Bay?
Yes.
Yeah, because he was a receiver, one of Brett
Hmm.
Favre's receivers. He made the Pro Bowl. His son is one of the stars of the team.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like you said, once we get in, we
Once
gonna,
we get in, we go hard.
yeah, we gonna go hard. We gonna do what we.
We gotta do what we do. Let's get this chip and let's go back
Come
home.
on,
That's what we doing.
come on, say that. Come on, Stunner. Well,
Yes,
listen,
sir.
man. Welcome to the show, and I want to thank you. I know you're having a big celebration, and I want to thank you for the invite. You reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, and you heard me singing your praises, and look, I've done it off camera, so it's really from the heart. But I so admire the work that you want to do. But for those watching the show, maybe watching my show for the first time or didn't get a chance to see you when you were on, if you don't mind, brother, give us your origin story, which will lead into Positive Vibes, Ron Janae Smith, the organization, and just all the great work that you're doing as a violence interrupter.
Yes, sir. How you doing? How y'all doing, everyone? Well, my name is Ronald Smith. I'm located down here in North Charleston, South Carolina. I lost my daughter 5 years ago due gun violence. She got shot in a mass shooting we had in North Charleston, where some gang members shooting at each other. Um, 13 other kids was hit. She was the only one that passed away. Um, and from that day on, we formed this nonprofit that called Positive by Roger Smith because we wanted to carry her name, and then we didn't want to see another family go through what we went through, the pain, the suffering, the anger. Think about all kind of things that you could have do to prevent that night. So we try to continue to uplift our community, uplift our younger people. We also have a mentorship program where we mentor at-risk kids, kids that gets in trouble. Um, DJJ has sent those kids to us. Charleston County Detention Center will also recommend, and other agencies in Dorchester County and Berkeley County also send kids to us. So this program, we have been doing this work for 5 years nonstop. Boots on the ground, just like Geno say. If you look us up, you will see us everywhere. You see us taking care of the community. Every holiday, we do every event for the community. Tomorrow, we doing a community cleanup where we take our mentees and other kids and do community service. And we plan to hit a few houses and cut grass for people who can't even afford their grass and stuff cut. So our plan is to give back to our community. I want our younger kids also to see the struggle and also watch people. And after that, once we finish, we'll come back and feed the community, nurture their body, and also talk to them about things and see what kind of help do they need. But the bigger picture is it's our 5 year anniversary. So we call it the legacy sneaker ball, where we will have all kind of people in the room, and we'll be talking about our 5 years of impact. And also we'll be talking about what's our plan for the next 5 years. Because we're not stopping. This is a nonprofit that will not give up. We will not close our doors. We have had a building since we've been open. We always had a building. We pay our own rent for our building. We don't get a rent-free building from the city or anything. We pay our light bills, our water bills. We feed our people and our kids out of our pockets. So that's what our organization is about, giving back. Yeah, we would love donations, but right now we haven't been getting much. Um, but we're working on it. We're working on seeing people to see our mission. So our 5 year legacy of you can come out July 18th at Park Circle Community Center, 4800 Park Circle. That's where we'll be at 6 o'clock, July 18th. And if you want a ticket, you can call me at 843-259-9390 or look me up on Facebook at Ronald Stunna Smith. Or you can look up Calvin Brown. He also is a person that helping out with it. Calvin Brown on Facebook, and we can get you tables, seats, wherever you want. But I want y'all to come out and see our work and see what we have been doing.
Stunner, I would love for you to share with my viewers how have you been able to, because every time I talk to you and every time I see you, and I know the work that, because you're doing this work, like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this brother's doing his work like every day, like, like for real. Like, this is his job. This is his business. He wake up, people call him all times of the day and night. Situations, with, that could really, end tragically, like what happened with him. How have you been able to? And I think about it because I can't even imagine. I can't even fathom, not even try to fathom how you have been able to transfer the tragedy, but still, I can imagine that it's still triggering for you to do this work because it triggers the memory of your daughter. How have you been able? How have you been able to manage to reconcile and manage the trigger of the loss of your baby? Our babies are supposed to bury us, and I always tell you, man, I so admire that because, to be honest, I don't think I could do it. And then there's so many other different directions, and this with that energy could have went so many different directions, and you've turned it into such a positive, that energy, you focused it and channeled it to where you've saved so many lives. You may have a number, I can't even imagine how many that you saved. You probably can't even, there are probably lives you saved you didn't even know about it. But how have you been able to manage, and where do you get the strength to continue to do that, knowing the origin story of how you started doing this work in the first place?
I'm gonna be real, Gino, man. Some days, man, I don't want to do it no more.
Mm.
But when I get the ability to say, man, if you quit, what's going to happen? If I just stop the day tomorrow, close the center, and leave, what's going to happen to these kids? What's going to happen? My team going to split apart, and they're going to be like, "Well, you the lead man. You quit, and all us quit." So I look at it as, I think about my daughter every time I think about quitting. I think about the lives that have been lost from our young black kids, man.
Yeah.
I think about, I had a cousin in Wilmington, North Carolina, man, just chilling in the club, and so some white guys and white women came, try to rob him and stab him to death. I have to deal with that funeral this weekend. I think about these parents that are getting killed in domestic violence. So when we start thinking, my mind just can't rest. I'm just thinking about how can we just save the people, and how can I get more people on board that really have good hearts and want to do this work? Um, so that's the only thing kind of keep me motivated, and I keep getting motivated because I'm still looking for other people who want to join us and are real with this work, but we haven't been able to find nobody that really genuinely want to do it from the heart. But my motive is not to give up. And if I give up, my little girl name might never be recognized. I want her name. I want people not to say the 14-year-old girl get shot, killed. I want you to know her name, Roger Smith. And that's why I go so hard over it.
And the fact that Roger Smith, through her loss, has saved lives and given life, or saved the lives of
Yes.
so many children, adults, and
Yes.
everybody, brother. So that's an anointing on your head, and is heavy as that burden and that crown is. That's why God continues to lift you up, and to cover you, and to give you the strength to do this,
Yes,
because
sir.
their lives, their lives, people that you have not met, people who have no idea that somebody like you is going to be the person maybe to save the life of their son or daughter, or a grandson, a grandchild, or a niece or nephew. So that's why I'm always 10 toes down with you. You talk to, you work with these young brothers and sisters. What is it? What did they tell you that they need from us as adults, and from the community?
That's a great question. You know what? You know what they say they need for us to do? They need for us to listen to them. Let them tell us what's going on. Why are these kids so angry?
And what do they tell
Why?
you? So they
So
tell you. So
some of the
what are
things
the
they
answers they're
say,
telling you when you ask them that? Which is a great question. Also,
yes, yes.
where's the anger coming from? What do you? Where's the rage? So what are some of those answers they're giving you?
Some about their rage, their anger. They call Corey come at show. Their anger is that, once the emotions get the best of them, they can't stop. They just, you disrespect me. You say my dead homie, F my dead homie, and they don't know how to control when people talk bad to them. Like back in the day, how you might say, your mama fat and ugly. You don't even know my mama.
Right.
Someone else will walk off like, bro, you
Where we
joking
used
or
to play
something
the
like that.
dozens back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nowadays, you say, hey, your mama fat and ugly. That's you got the emotions high now. Now they done snap. And you around your boys disrespecting them. All right, I got you. Even though he might walk, these kids so they'll walk off and we'll get them later. And their anger have gone to the roof. Now they feel like if I let him live, I appeal. And so I have been trying to talk to them about better ways to control their emotions. So our mentorship helps them to think before they even react. Because see, nowadays they don't think, they just shoot. Then later they go in the county jail or in the detention center, they crying. I didn't mean to do that. My emotions got the best of me. You got to control your emotions. They don't know how to control that switch. And our program have been teaching them how to control their switch, the off and on switch.
And they don't even realize there's a reason why it is easier for them to get guns and ammunition than it is to get Sudafed.
Yes. Speak it. You hit it on the right. They dropped it off to them. I
That's
want
right.
y'all to get that gun.
Right.
The 18, go get that gun and go
Yeah.
go kill some more people.
Right. The
You
drugs, the
know,
alcohol, the trap music, the music with promoting. It's not an accident on no level,
right.
because that despair, that rage, that sense of hopelessness is making a small handful of people a lot of money.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of money. People are profiting. They they're billionaires. Companies. The value of these companies, billion, almost $1 trillion companies, off the gun manufacturing industry. You gun manufacturers, those that make weapons, the prison system, the entire legal system. The judges, the attorneys. We go on and on and on. The bails bondsmen. It's a whole industry this profiting off of our pain. So the work that you are doing is so important. So what's you, because you can speak for these young brothers and sisters, and for you and for the work you're doing. What is your ask? What is their ask? And what is your ask? How can we really help and make a difference?
First, we have to find more money for these kids. We have to find better ways for them to make money. It's about that money, man. They got mamas, they watching their mamas struggle. They're watching how gentrification's coming in and bills is going higher and their parents can't afford it.
Yeah.
Now they watching their mamas cry. I got to go out here and help my mama. We got kids in our program that have said, the reason I got in your program, because I had to go break in this car to find some music or gun to sell to pay my mama light bill. So we have to figure out ways changing it probably at 13 years old that we can work on fighting that kids at 13 can get jobs and be able to help pay bills. Because they're starting to anger at 10 years old. They're starting to anger problems at 10. We got kids in our program 9 years old. Because we know at that peak, that's when their attitudes start to change. They might have dealing with domestic violence in the house. They're dealing with anger issues because nobody never home. They're dealing with someone might have touched them. So our program, we see it all and we hear it all. So that's why we are launching our new name for Positive Vibes. It will be Positive Vibe as Positive Vibe Pathway Program. And what the Pathway Program is that we will go into the homes and we will get the information of the whole family. So we want to start this program where we can see what the whole family need. Because you can't just help the kid, don't help the mama, and don't help the daddy.
That's a great point.
Because guess what? When we pick these kids in our program, they go back home, they're going back home to anger. So our new program will be all around, wrap around service of the whole family. So now we learn how to save not just the kid, but the mama if she need a job, if the daddy need a job, if the mama won't go back to school, if the baby sister got some kind of sickness, or if the light and the water bill off, we can be able to find resources to get their lights and water back turned on. So that's our brand new program that we will be launching. Financial literacy also.
Yeah, that is amazing. So when are you going to launch that?
So after our 5 year gala, I just told you show the bright news that we're gonna launch it August 1st.
Wonderful.
So we're gonna talk about it at the gala. We're gonna give you a breakdown of the whole how the whole thing is gonna work and our partners and all that.
Well, you're going to come back before August 1st to talk about that. For
Yes, sir.
sure. I'm bringing you back. Now, the gala, once again, what's the date of the gala?
July 18th,
July 18th. So we got a couple
6
weeks,
p.m.
guys. So we need everybody to get your tickets. Now, listen, I know the beautiful thing about doing this show live on YouTube, people can watch me all over the globe, all over. So if you can't make it here to Charleston, South Carolina on July 18th, it's so important. You heard what this brother said. They need the resources, and now it's a climate to where folks, it's an attack on black people. Period. Not just in America. Our brothers and sisters that are immigrants from Haiti, if folks are coming from them now. For our brothers and sisters, like in places like in Minnesota, from not Ethiopia. I can't even think of the nation right now. But all of our brothers and sisters that are African immigrants that have immigrated from Africa or from the Caribbean or South America. So there's an assault on black folks, period. And part of that assault is a lot of nonprofit organizations that were getting federal funds money. They're not getting that money now.
Yes.
But the bottom line is this. So it's clear, we are all we got. But the truth is, guess what, everybody? And I know my viewers, we know this for the most part. But if you don't, we're all we got.
We all we got.
But we are all we need. And
Yes.
we got everything we need when we come together.
Yes.
I always quote that famous scene in that movie Soul Food back in the day. Vanessa Williams was in there, and the character, I can't think of the sister's name, who was the actress, the scene where she said, you know, when a family, she said, if you try to punch with your fingers out like that, you don't have any power. You can break your fingers. She said, but when you bring those fingers together and form a fist, you got a lot of power. So it's clear, like I said, we're all we got. But we're all we need. And we got everything we need when we come together. And coming together is supporting the work that this brother is doing. And now thank you for sharing that, like breaking news. The new organization, or just an extension of what you're already doing, that is amazing. But it needs support. So we gotta step in we gotta stand in the breach, and we gotta step up, and we gotta show up for each other, like this man is showing up for these young men and women and families, and make sure that we can support them. Even if you can't come here, you can support what he's doing. So let everybody know where they can go. I'm sure there's a site if people want to make a donation, how they can make a donation. If you live in the area, if you're coming to Charleston, you can do it. If you want to do it in person, whatever, maybe meet Ronald. Just let everybody know how we can support. And I'm sure you need volunteers, but you need money to make this happen. So if you're going to give money to any charity or nonprofit, you hear people talk about doing God's work. That's what this brother, that's what this organization, that's what Positive Vibes are doing. So let everybody know how they can support. Even buy tickets. You could bless somebody else. If you can't make it, buy tickets and give them to somebody. Or buy the tickets, give them back to Ron's organization and say, Ronald, I can't make it, but here, I'm buying a table. So you can bless some people in the community who maybe they couldn't make it. You can bless them and give them the tickets that we paid for. So let everybody know how they can go and support the
you can send out a
organization.
check. You also can send a check to our address. Our address is 3355 Rivers Avenue, North Charleston, South Carolina. 2945 is the zip code. Positive I Roger Nate Smith. You can make it out to Positive I Roger Nate Smith. Or you can, like I said, you can give us a call at 843-259-9390. That's my personal number. And we can send you a link to get your tickets.
Give him that number again, Ron. Slow it down. Give him that number again.
843-259-9390.
All right. And does this? I'm sure you got a website. Can people go and make donations, or for the event, can they purchase tickets or maybe a table at the website?
Yes, Positive Vibes, RonJanaeSmith.com. You can always go on the website also
And
and
Ron,
purchase
Ron
your
Janae is
ticket.
RonJanae.
Yes,
So positive
sir.
vibes. So y'all spell it right, or if you do a search, it'll come up. But it's positive vibes. Ron Janae, named after her dad. RonJanae. Ron Janae Smith. So go and whatever you can, just give from your heart. If you got a lot,
Yes.
you can give a lot. If you got a little, give a little. Whatever it is, just
Everything counts.
yep, from the heart. All right, man. Listen, I'm gonna give you the last word. If there's anything that we didn't cover, or if there's any final message that you want to send out to the
Um,
community, to the world, you got the floor. Take as
This
much
our
time as you
this our
need.
slogan. Our slogan is help us help you. You know, in order for us to keep this thing rolling, we need your help. So our slogan always is help us help you. Let's help save our community. Let's help save the universe. You know, let's put more things back into it to help these younger kids. You know, and if you can help any way, please look me up on Facebook also at Ronald Stunna Smith. Or you can hit our personal page at Positive Vibe Roger Smith, and you can go get your tickets or look at the link and look at the work that we have been doing for the last 5 years. I just want you to understand that we take this work serious. We a nonprofit that never been in a scandal, never did nothing wrong. You know, even though other nonprofits got that bad look, but we always been the best nonprofit that always did things right. So if you want to be involved with us, just hit us up on Facebook or you can hit us up on our website. And I just want to say, Geno, thank you, brother, for always allowing me to come on your show and talk about our platform.
Man, come on, Stunner. From day one, man, I think we actually met through Mayor Burgess when he was the police
Yes.
chief. So, man, always, man, nothing but absolute love and respect, man. I mean, I tell people DNA don't make you family, and I
Right.
love you like we share the same DNA. Even all of us share a little bit of the same DNA because all of us originated from Africa. So that's all.
Mhm.
So we all of us, and that's the mind screw because a lot of these folks with all the hatred and bigotry and racism is like, you got some of this too now. You got some of this DNA because if you trace your stuff back far enough, it's all going back to Africa. That's where it all
Yes,
started.
sir.
So listen, man, the ultimate respect to you. So once again, the 5-year anniversary celebration, July
July
18th.
18th, 6 p.m., 4800 Park Circle, North Charleston, South Carolina, 29405. It will be great, great music, great entertainment. What will be going on? Great speakers, man. And it's a lot of legacy people will be in the room. Either Mayor Burgess, I'm trying to get more. I'm trying to get Jermaine Johnson, who's running for governor. I'm trying to get him in the room. So it's going to be a lot of people in this room that's going to be walking around and showing love. Dion Tedder's going to be there. Courtney Waters going to be there. So it's a lot of people that's going to be in this room.
Well, I'm honored that you wanted me to be a part of it.
Also, Geno is going to be in this room. Him and us,
And so it's a sneaker
Geno.
ball. So you wear your suit and everything, but you got your sneaks
Yes.
on.
Got your sneakers on.
Okay, I got me one pair. I
Yes.
don't know. I may have to go out and get me another little fresh pair there, so
Yes, man.
to
Put a
rock it.
little thing on so you can come out there rocking clean, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, one more
Yes,
thing
sir.
before you leave. Now, so you are doing it like a neighborhood cleanup event tomorrow. Do you need any
Yes.
volunteers if anyone wants to come out and
Man,
volunteer? Or
we
maybe
we
somebody would like to come
always
out and make a donation? I'm sure that
yes.
you got Zelle and Cash App or
Yes.
Venmo all set
Yes.
up. But if
Yes.
maybe you just want to come and meet this brother, help this brother get out and help them with the community. Once again, let everybody know where that is, where you're going to be, and
We're
what
going to
time.
We're going to meet up at 8 a.m. at 3355 Rivers Avenue, North Charleston, South Carolina. That's in front of my community center. And then we're going to move over, cross the street into the Socorro Cherokee area. And we're going to clean up our community. We're going to do what we're supposed to do. And also training our kids to see how to give back. So if you want to help out, if you want to come help clean, feed the community, or if you have some old clothes that you want to donate, old nice shoes that you want to donate. We're going to have tables out so people can walk by and just be able to get things. But if you want to come get your hands dirty with me, because I'm the one going to be walking the street picking up, you know what I mean? If you want to donate waters, Gatorade for the kids or anyone out help us, come on and do it. That's where we'll be at in the morning.
All right, brother. Ronald Stunna Smith, ladies and gentlemen. All right, brother. Love you, man.
Love you, brother.
Thank you for coming on.
Always thank you, sir.
All right, man. Brother, he's amazing. And like I said, I don't know how he's able to do it. You know, I mean, truly God, considering he lost his baby, his daughter. And he turned that tragedy into to triumph for other families, to making sure that he can do everything he can and the honor and in his daughter's name to save as many lives as he can. And trust me, I know for a fact, I can't even tell you the number, but he saved a lot of lives, kept a lot of young brothers and sisters from throwing their life away, winding up being shot and killed themselves, or shooting and killing somebody else and ruining their lives, and just having more and more families tore apart. So shout out to you again, Ronald Stunna Smith, everybody. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and you, especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Yes, we're back Monday through Friday, all next week, Monday through Friday. We're going to be live all next week, even a week from today, July 3rd. Yes, I know that's I call White Juneteenth, White Juneteenth Day. That's the new name, you know. The 4th of no, that's the white folks Juneteenth Day. So, white Juneteenth Day is July 4th, but so a lot of folks will start that celebration on the 3rd, that Friday. But we'll be here. We'll be here live, just celebrating each other and celebrating humanity. Shout out to Allie Jones. She's the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram, lx.ncl_. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out. Check him out on Instagram. Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. That's what happens when you drink this sparkling water. That carbonation will get you, right? Everybody, I want you to have a great weekend. We'll be live Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 Mountain Time, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Time on the West Coast. Like, share, everybody, please like, share, and subscribe. Click on the like button below. Share this episode, copy and paste the link, and tell everybody to subscribe to this channel. And please, 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 please leave your comments. Leave your comments below in the comment section. I love to read your comments. YouTube loves to read your comments, so they like to hear from you what you think of the show. So whatever you got to say, I don't care. Say what you got to say. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I thank you again, and I thank you in advance, and we'll see you live Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, everybody. I'll holler.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.